It's 1974 and Gerald Ford is president. We're back into a recession. Inflation's running 12% and climbing to 18%. And we're all sitting in gasoline lines. Economically, it couldn't be worse. And here I am looking for a job. I remember vividly how I was rewriting my resume to make it fit every job opportunity and waiting anxiously for the postman to deliver some great news or good news, anything. But it was slow in coming. After a while, I had to ask for help. I had a friend, somebody I trusted, so I asked him. And I can remember with the certainty in his voice when he said, I see the problem. You're not going to like what I got to say, but here it goes. Don't tell anybody about Vietnam. Don't mention that you were wounded there. Nobody wants to be reminded about Vietnam. If an employer learns that you're disabled, they think you're sitting in a wheelchair. So just stick to your work experience and your education and you'll be fine. His words just took my breath away. And slowly but surely I was getting angry. After all, he was telling me that my military experience was worthless. It was a detriment, not an asset. But worse than that, he made me feel like I was flawed and maybe not really eligible to work. I gathered my thoughts and I thanked him and I followed his direction right to the last dot. From that moment on, I never talked about my Vietnam experience with my friends, with my family, and certainly never with an employer. But now it's time for me to speak up because I see all these young men and women coming back and they need a job. Now, conditions really haven't changed. We're in a recession right now. A lot of people are out of work and gasoline prices sky high. So history repeats itself. It's not the best time to find a job. But you know what? We need to help these young men and women. I want you to look at them as talented, not flawed. They were doctors and lawyers and mechanics and nurses and programmers. They did a lot of great things when they were in the service. Why don't you tap into that resource and offer them a job today? It'll make everybody proud.